Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So, back here with the NASCAR series again. Getting ready here at the Sonoma Airport to get ready to go. Trying once again to use AI Living World with say intentions. So, whatever we see, including nothing, is going to be coming from that, but it does typically, it says take a few minutes for it to do some things at any airport, so I wouldn't expect much for a little while here. So this past week, we were out here in Sonoma. They got to see Shane Van Gisbergen win again. I believe he was the winner from Chicago as well, so obviously 2 road courses, and he's done pretty well. We're now heading across the country to Dover Motor Speedway in Dover, Delaware. We're going to actually, I think, be landing in Wilmington. So we're going to be heading out that way. Everything should be
United
operational.
277, direct Zompo, cleared for the ILS X-ray runway 17 right approach. Descend and maintain altitude 7500 until established.
So we're going to get all of our stuff set.
For the ILS X-ray runway 17 right approach, United 277.
Okay, get ourselves going, get our APU moving along, get ourselves unguarded here so when we're ready, we're good to go. And more importantly now, let's get our tablet up and let's get our flight in here. So it did change the runway on us before when we came in for our last flight. So I'm just not sure how far ahead we want to get. We probably do want to put it in, but right now, SimBrief has given us...
Contact Oakland Center on 119.475.
SimBrief has given us 19.19.
475, Southwest 2299.
Alright, just letting this load, and it had all of this set already. So I'm not going to change anything. It's interesting. Okay, because now it's 00. I'm like, SimBrief is not showing that.
Okay.
But it is now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to set this up. And that should then give us the flight plan. So we're good there, 3,500. We're cruising at 35,000. So we're definitely going to want to...
Good day, JetBlue 945.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and set this to flight level 350. We're going to enter that. That should then get everything up, because I'm assuming this will be a little ways away. We've got to stay under 15 according to that, so definitely an interesting bit of things we've got to worry about. Let's go ahead and get clearance in here. Do we have a clearance? I see ground. I see center. Interesting. Well, 12485, which is what we're on, so let's see what they tell us. Sonoma, Walker 4021, request IFR clearance to Wilmington. It may give us another...
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Alright, so it's going to go ahead and do that. It's saying it's Seattle Center in SI, which is interesting. But, anyway. So, we should have...
Walker 4021, cleared to Wilmington via the Churro 1 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.85, squawk 2626.
Cleared to Wilmington via the Churro 1 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.85, squawk 2626. Walker 4021. 2626. We'll get that in. Alright, nice thing is we kind of stay on here, although ground is a different location there. So we're up at the intersection of the runways. We're departing on 14, so we're kind of up there. So we should just have to go to Alpha. So we're going to go ahead. I need to get my fuel set, so let's get that set with the ground. So we'll go here to the aircraft, performance, mass and gravity, fuel, and we need about 14,000 pounds. So yeah, we're just going to go full. So this is going to, yeah, we need 13,473. That gives us a little bit extra, but in case we need to fly around, whatever it is, we'll go with that. And there we go. So we're set there, and we will now get going because, whoops, thought I had already done that, but guess not. All right, while we're doing that, we'll get this trim set. So we're getting that down. We'll get flaps set to 5. You can hear those in the background a little bit. We're set there. We're going to go VNav, nav. We're all good for that. So that's dialing in. We are 29 or 9 or 5 on the barometer. So we'll get that set.
Piper 623 Charlie Echo, say altitude. Currently at 7500, Piper 623 Charlie Echo.
So yeah, this is the 4th round of the playoffs for the NASCAR series. So we'll get that moved. Start up the second engine. And once we're set, we'll try to remember to turn the APU off since we're firing up engines. Let's get everything going. Shouldn't need any significant help here. Alright, so we're going to do 121.9 is ground. So we're going to flip that, and that should be good. Alright. Sonoma ground, Walker 4021, ready for taxi.
Walker 4021, Santa Rosa ground. Taxi to runway 20 via hotel.
Okay, so there are a couple. I don't want to go to 20. I'm going to...
100, ready for pushback.
Why am I going to 20? Is there even such a thing? Oh, okay. Right. Taxi to runway 20 via hotel, Walker 4021. Alright, so it's kind of there. It's right here. It's not really where we're going, but cleared via the Churro 1 departure, so in theory it'll work. But at this point, where's that? And turn this off. And we are then ready to go. So, should be set, but yeah, we've basically got, what, 2 FedEx planes? Is that what we got camped over here? Oh no, Avelo. Alright, 3 of them. But that is what has been loaded in here, so nothing too exciting. Just making sure that everything's set. We'll then flip back here. And, well, tower's 1185, so I guess we're going to need that. 1185. Alright. So we'll go over there, and we will move on up. And I should be able to get going, I would hope. Come on. There we go. Always tricky. Because sometimes it's like, well, is the scenery got a bump in it where I'm starting? Do I need more power? But basically, yeah, we're turning here, and then we are going to hotel and just going straight to 20. So there's the edge of the pad. So we're not quite there yet, but basically there we are. And we're gonna head right there. where I thought we'd go up Alpha, which gets us to 14, which is a little bit longer, but you know, it is what it is. Sonoma Tower, Walker 4021, ready for takeoff.
Walker 4021, Santa Rosa Tower, runway 20, winds calm. RNAV Kuiper, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff, Walker 4021. Alright, we're set. So, nice and quick. Probably going to be keeping this pretty short. We'll see if we get something going on in the air. Alright, so it looks like right now, like, we've got the Avello is taxiing. We're going to see him as we go down the runway here. He's off to the left. So he's coming down a taxiway. And I would imagine... oh no, we're not. Never mind. They're on a separate runway. I'm going a totally different way. I'm looking at something different on my little nav map. Whoop. That was not good. We kind of touched down again. Alright, gear up, because we're positive rate. And we're going to go up here. And we'll get this going here. Whoop, no, too sharp of an angle. So we're going to back this off because we're accelerating nicely.
Contact departure.
Alright. So now we're going to try to make this better. So we're going to do this and that. Alright. Walker 4021, contacting departure. Sonoma departure, Walker 4021 with you.
Walker 4021, Seattle Center, radar contact. Climb via the SID.
Climb via the SID, Walker 4021. Alright, let's look at our flight plan. Alright, so we're going 5 miles to It's, and we have to be over 3,500, it looks like. So I'm assuming at some point we are going to get to a climb, but we need to get to 250 before we do that. So... Alright, so I can see where we're headed. Coming in there. But hopefully... See, I'm not quite sure. I guess we're gonna do this. We get some flight level change and get up there because we are not at the level we should be. So, there we go. We want to be at 3,500, and I don't think we're going to make it in 2 miles. We could. I mean, this is a bit of a rocket ship sometimes when it needs to be, which is the nice thing with it. Alright, 3,500. So we did do that. And then we got to be above 5,900 at another point. But it's basically taking us up around the city. So if we kind of go... Let's see if we can take a... Whoop. A little too fast there. So we're going around. We took off from up there. That is not our airport right there, by the way, that you're looking at. That's a different airport. I don't know what it is. But yeah, we're out that way. And basically this is Santa Rosa that we're looking at. We're going to go to Auda. And then we're going to turn at Auda and then head to the other one that we need to be at 5,900 with, but we're like already there. So, yeah, we're already at 7,000, but then we have to stay below, you know, the other area. But you can see we're just kind of doing a big sweeping turn here, but probably just keeping us out of It could be a noise abatement reason that the SID is drawn that way, but basically they kind of get you around.
230 knots for sequencing.
Now in
230 knots, United 567.
now in theory, these should be the
Skyhawk 1 Charlie Whiskey. You are not under flight following. Contact Buchanan Tower for VFR departure clearance.
Right, so there's an Alaska coming in, there's a Delta out, so right now it's got 3. So what I have done and changed since the last episode is I've increased the traffic, but I've decreased the additional radio chatter. So I still have some, I think I took it down to a 1, but I increased the traffic to an 8 from a 5. Because it was just kind of quiet, and at these smaller airports, I think that's what we're going to get. Alright, so here is, again, going to be something we're at in 2 miles. We're obviously going to stay here at under 250 because we're under 10,000. So we are climbing via the SID.
I need you at 15,000 feet, sir.
Well, that's not what you told me. Climb to 15,000 feet, Walker 4021. Alright, so we're gonna override the automation, because that's what we do when we're trying to listen to air traffic. So he should be happy, because he'll see me starting to climb now. And again, we can only be at 15,000, and yes, that is for the SID, but I mean, at this point, you know, we've got 11 miles till Churro, and then we've got Posey, you can see down here, Posey, and then Bonds is where we finally need to be at 15,000, so it's kind of interesting, but maybe they just want you at a higher level. So again, you know, we've kind of got the Sonoma, Santa Rosa area there. Airport's really, you know, kind of down in this space is where we left from, so we kind of, you know, did a big loop, and now we're heading out. And at Churro, we're going to turn again. So, but yeah, now we're at 10,000, so we can turn the landing lights off. But there's very little on the scopes. There is a plane that in theory is coming. So they're, in theory, at 6,000. Like, I have yet to see an actual aircraft. Because basically they're coming in here, but they're at about 7,200 feet. So they should be below us somewhere. And again, we're turning away from them, so we may not see them now. But yeah, what I haven't seen, like I've seen with FSLTL, like I've seen other aircraft. There seems to be less of that here. So we're getting at 15 right now. We're leveling out. The planes really, I'm really trying to see, like with the injection, because they're at 9,000, like they are climbing, and it's a 737, so it shouldn't be super hard to see.
Maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Walker 4021. But I'm not supposed to be at that level per the SID until I pass a couple more waypoints. So yeah, like literally now we're in line. And they're 5,000 feet below me, and, you know, it's just hard to tell how far back, but we really are probably joining the same flight path, so yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Which is unfortunate, because that was kind of the hope with the AI Living World, that we'll see some things, but again, it, you know, it's based on realistic airspace. It is only, you know, 9 a.m. in the morning out here. So, you know, we're still turning, and we are going, we're going 400 knots, and they're only going 200, because they just cleared. They just cleared 10,000. So, alright, we're going to go ahead. Contact Oakland Center, Walker 4021. Oakland Center, Walker 4021. Steady at 15,000 feet until Bonds. Let's see if that helps.
Walker 4021, Oakland Center, good morning, Middletown, altimeter 29.88.
I guess we'll put this one down since we're there, and that'll climb us a tiny bit, because we're going to want to be at 15, so you can see, it's again, it moved up, but it's waiting. And again, Bonds is now 8 miles away, so, you know, we're going, you know, but that's the thing, so that plane outside, now they're at the same height, basically, like somewhere out there, in theory. But, no, now they're turning. So yeah, they're basically leveling out like we are. Oh, I'd love to see them, but maybe it just doesn't draw that far out, because we probably are 5 or 10 miles apart, which would probably be reasonable. But yeah, they were basically not accelerating, because they hadn't been through 10,000 yet. So yeah, not great graphics there on the engines, but it's a stock plane. They probably don't put a lot of effort into that and so forth. Okay, so now we're getting through Bonds, and I'm sure, hopefully then, we'll see, because we do have VALT, so it should then start to ascend to 32,000, because after that, I think then we're going to IDAs or whatever. Now, in theory, there's a plane that we're turning right towards, so hopefully, like, obviously we're at odd-numbered altitudes, but as we're climbing, that obviously can cause some problems. Alright, so FMG is 124, so...
Walker 4021, Oakland Center, please expedite your climb to flight level 320.
Alright. So, it's not doing what it should, but I'm sure, again, he's got this Frontier... well, there's a Frontier flight. I'm pointing at something that you can't see. There's a Frontier flight A320 at 38,000 feet, basically, that we're heading right toward.
Alaska 709, cleared direct to waypoint Bravo,
He's coming
Romeo,
down
India.
about... he's coming down
Cleared
about a
direct to Bravo,
foot
Romeo, India,
every
Alaska
time.
709.
And there's some,
Walker 4021, Oakland Center, climb and maintain flight level 350.
okay, let's flip this back. Climb and maintain flight level 350, Walker 4021. Right, so we're set there. We're through the transition level. We are now climbing. Again, that other plane is going a different way. And yeah, we'll be passing the Frontier shortly, but they're, again, at 38,000. We're only at 20. So I don't think we're going to be at all in the vicinity of each other. They're, you know, up in the wild blue yonder somewhere. But, like I said, we just can't seem to see others. So there's some Southwests that I'm assuming have taken off from some airports, or, well, maybe they're... yeah, it looks like they're actually descending into something, because they're at like 2,000 and 4,000, 4,500 feet, and descending. Alright. But that will get us up where we need to be, and that's what we'll have. So yeah, so right now we're passing the Frontier flights, in essence, directly overhead. I don't think we're gonna... yeah, like, it's just not going to show us, because at this point it would have passed us, but there's no contrails like we get with some of the others. But they're at 35,000 feet. I mean, they're going down a little bit, but we're at 24. Again, the Southwest is turning... wow, they're turning pretty quickly. So I don't know if they're going to Sacramento or what they're doing, but And again, it's a beta program, so let's be, let's be upfront. And it's using kind of real-world things, but...
Oakland Center, Alaska 1306, flight level 330.
I'm not seeing...
1306, radar contact.
And, like, I'm not seeing that plane, but I don't want to move things and mess it up, so it might be south of Oakland. But it might still be coming in. Okay. Yeah, those other southwest planes, I'm thinking, have to be landing.
Alaska 1350, contact NorCal approach on 120.9er.
Switching to NorCal approach on 120.9er, Alaska 1350.
Alright. Well, I will keep an eye on this, and I will report back what my thoughts are if it starts to be realistic. And it's just the planes on my scope in Little Nav Map are not the ones that are calling in right now. But again, I'm on a frequency that covers a large area, so that's not unexpected, I guess. Okay, so there's Alaska 1306. And I think there was an Alaska 1350. So I do see those on my scope. They're just quite a ways out. So it's like Alaska 1350, I think, just took off. And I think 1306 was the other one we were hearing, and that is in front of me and crossing. Like it's past me at this point. Like it would one of us would have to change direction to intercept the other. So obviously likely not going to happen, but we've still got 93 nautical miles, and we're just basically flying across the country.
Charlie, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climbing to 10,000, November 672 Bravo Charlie.
Now, that one I don't see,
Local
but...
approach on 10.9er, Alaska 1014, here.
Alright. And they're approaching somewhere, and I don't see them anymore, but... I think it's kind of working, but it's just tricky. But anyway, we're basically flying up kind of towards Chicago. We're going to stay a little south of that. But that is basically our flight path, is head up, kind of a little bit north and then come down a little bit south as we head into Wilmington. So when we get closer, which is going to be about 4 hours from now, maybe a little bit more, we will be back here and we will finish this leg of Walker's NASCAR 2025 series this year. So thank you for tagging along. Before I cut off here, if you're enjoying yourself, if you enjoy these videos, just enjoy what's happening here on the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. Those things are very important to the YouTube algorithm and are therefore greatly appreciated by myself. So that's the only ask I have of you guys. Love to hear from you, love to communicate, and so that's a great way to do that and get more people here to do that. And I will see you in a bit.
2021, I need you at flight level 350, sir.
Sandra, I'll take over comms. Alright, I'm jumping back in here. So we are down and descending. I don't know why he wants us that high.
You're in charge of the comms now.
Washington Center, requesting early descent. I don't know why, like, I was away and it started descending, which means it's calculating I should be descending. We're only like 100 miles away. Washington Center, Walker 4021, requesting early descent.
Walker 4021, stay requested altitude.
Requesting flight level 220, Walker 4021. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Walker 4021, descend and maintain flight level 220.
Descend and maintain flight level 220, Walker 4021. Alright, so my issue is I don't have Washington Center. What's my expected runway? So what I want to do is figure out where I'm going to be.
Walker 4021, expect runway 27 at Wilmington.
Expect runway 27, Walker 4021. Alright, so what? That is telling me it's 15 knots as a headwind. That is crazy, but okay. Alright. So I think we're gonna do that. Alright.
Walker 4021, expect the R-lift 2 arrival. I'll have you descending in about 20 minutes. Washington Center, United 2104, flight level 200. United 2104, radar contact.
Expect our lift arrival, descending in 20 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna give this back to her. Sandra, please take over the comms.
Alright, I'll handle the comms from here.
Washington Center, Southwest 3773, 16,000.
Southwest 3773, radar
Alright,
contact.
so I'm trying to figure out where I need to go. So I want to go to runway 27. We're going to go to our lift. We're going to load this.
Piper 623, Charlie Echo, say altitude. Currently at 7500, Piper 623, Charlie Echo.
Alright,
11985, 1 Mike Juliet.
so it looks like well, I think we're okay.
Approved as requested.
I guess let me look at this. Make sure it's not anything weird. Doesn't look like it. And then I'm going to want to do the RNAV approach. And we're going to do OOD. Oops. No, I want to go direct Swan. Alright. So that'll be good. And now let's see, what does it say for, it doesn't say for VNAV, but doesn't seem correct. But we are lower. So I'm not sure what we want to do here.
Spirit Wings 1703, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
Alright, because it's telling me 64 miles out.
Switching to Potomac approach on 119.85 east, Spirit Wings 1703.
Washington Center, request to begin descent. I'm just not comfortable with being way up here. I mean, we're almost by Baltimore. We're flying over
Walker
Baltimore.
4021, descend via R-lift 2 into Wilmington.
Right,
Descend
so
via R-lift 2 into Wilmington. Walker here, 4021.
why is she so excited? She's screaming so loudly. I don't understand. But okay. It's VFR, so I think the views should be pretty good. Scattered clouds at 8,000 feet.
Southwest 1700, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
3001 is what we've got.
Potomac approach on 119.85, Southwest 1700.
So we're gonna up that one there. Because, yeah, well, at Baltimore, I think then we're crossing. I'm not sure if Baltimore is on the Potomac or not, but
Washington Center, Delta 1406, flight level 350.
Delta 1406, radar contact.
Alright, I mean, it is kind of going slowly, but I think that's because it was slowing down. And now it's obviously increasing the descent. Again, just so I'm not causing myself a problem, we're going to go ahead and get this displayed. But at this point, like, I don't know that we're going to be able to see anything. We really can't. We have some pretty good cloud cover. But we're crossing Baltimore proper at this point, and then we'll be going over the position there. Now the thing is, 270 is around the back end of the airport, so there is that.
Piper 456 Alpha Bravo, cleared into the Bravo airspace, maintain 6500.
Right,
Cleared
so
into
we'll
Bravo,
get that.
maintaining 6500, Piper 456 Alpha Bravo.
United 545, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
But we're 17 from Swan, which at this point is basically crossing the waterway here. Swan is just on the other side. And then we will go to Bross. And, you know, as you can see, then we have an end. But the problem will be, because we'll be heading in, just going to be interesting, I guess. So I guess it's not end, it's NO. But, yeah, we're getting close. Not much to see, obviously, just lots of clouds right now. But this is the longest flight that I have in this entire series.
Walker 4021,
So
contact
it was-
Philadelphia approach on 118.35.
It kind of happened at one of the worst
Looking to
times.
Philadelphia, approach on 118.35, Walker 4021.
It almost is like the clouds in the cockpit when I did that, so I'm just watching her change this. There we go. So, again,
Philadelphia, approach, Walker 4021, evening. We're descending through 15,000.
because yeah, Ronald Reagan is
Walker
down
4021, Philadelphia
here.
approach. Good evening, Wilmington altimeter 30.00. Expect the visual runway 27 approach into Wilmington.
Expecting the visual runway 27 approach into Wilmington. Walker 4021.
Alright, we'll lower this to 3000, as it said. Navigraph was giving me 3001, but obviously that's kind of close. But yes, so Reagan is down right there, KDCA, Kilo Delta Charlie Alpha.
Spirit Wing 1703, contact Baltimore Tower on 119.4.
And Baltimore,
Switching to
Kilo
Baltimore
Bravo,
Tower on 119.4.
Whiskey
Spirit Wing
Indigo is right there.
1703.
But yeah, we have a lot of planes in the airspace right now. So we're going to get a lot of calls, I'm sure. I'm going to leave Sandra on here just because it's simpler with everything going on. I don't need to be responding. But in any event. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to, whoops. I'm going to change this. I'm going to plug me at 10,000. Because that way I can keep going 250. So we can potentially descend a little lower, but yeah, I don't want... Yeah, it is just not giving me any things. Why is it going that fast? Okay, well, whatever. I won't complain because it's going to increase the ground speed and it'll move us along.
210, United 182.
But yeah, so we're kind of crossing the little
on the tower, Trio is 3 Alpha Zulu.
piece here, and then I think we'll be going from Maryland
Philadelphia departure. Contact Cairns approach on 121.1.
Hold up, Cairns approach. Sky Hawk 2
So yeah, I'm just not quite sure where. Right, so the airport's above me. So yeah, we're coming in way
Walker
south
4021,
right now.
descend and maintain 4,000. Turn left heading 065 vectors for the visual runway 27 approach.
All right, well, I
Descend
guess
and
we'll be
maintain
doing that.
4,000. Turning left, heading 065 for vectors to the visual runway 27 approach, Walker 4021.
Right, so that may cut things a bit. So now we will do flight level change, but we're going to have to slow down a lot to go below 10, but this should hopefully then get us down closer. Because now we're going to be going at a pretty hefty angle. I'm assuming to call it Oud, which is here, Oud. And then there's Keho, which is, so it looks like Kehood, but those are two different waypoints. But I'm assuming that is what it's doing, is it's going to take us direct there. And so, we'll go direct. Whoops. We're going to go flight plan. And then we're doing Oud. And direct. We're going to activate direct to Oud. So we'll have the line, but we'll follow the vectors as it's asked us to. But we can now go flaps 1. That will then slow us down to 200. And we'll have all that going on as we now start to descend. But I thought all the clouds were clear at 8,500, so not really panning out the way I was expecting. A little bit darker clouds than we'd normally want to fly through, but hopefully they'll be good. Because, yeah, the problem is, I mean, and again, being down at 4,000 will help, because we may have a really quick turn. I mean, I think there's 10 miles between Oud and Keho, but I'm just not sure how aggressive the turn will be as we get closer. But wow, yeah, we're at 4th. I mean, it's telling me scattered clouds 9,500, scattered clouds 8,000. Now that again is probably 50 nautical miles away, but this is not great, that's for sure. But at this point, yeah, we'll just leave it here. It's going to take a little bit of time this way, because it looks like it's going to take 8 minutes just to get to that location at the speed we're going.
Right, heading 150, descend to 2,500, report airport in sight.
But I am very surprised that we're not breaking out of the clouds here. Alright, well, at least we can see the ground, so...
Smooth 84 Juliet, proceed direct Modena, then resume own navigation.
As you know, we do have 2,000 or so.
Send departure smooth 84 Juliet at 10,000. Can we continue our climb?
Alright, yeah, I don't think my frame rate's that great right now either. Holy moly. How low do these clouds go? Because, yeah, we gotta cross the waterway. Then we'll have to, move along. So we'll be going a little quicker, I think, once we level... Well, maybe not. So I'm like, once we level out, it should change a bit. But I don't know that our ground speed's really going to go above 233. And yeah, it's a small airport, so I don't even think they have ILS. I didn't really look. Let's see. I guess there's an ILS on 1. That's it. But 1 is obviously... Well, that might have not been a bad one. But anyway. We're on this one. Wind is dying down at least. It is a 7,200 foot runway where 1 is 7,000. So they're basically the same. And, yeah, we're coming up now toward the shore, but, yeah, 220, so we slowed down a little bit, which I guess makes sense, because as we were descending, I'm sure we were able to go a little quicker, but I'm not going to put my other flaps out until we get where we need to. I mean, I may actually do this just to speed up. Otherwise, it's just taking a lot longer than it needs to. So let's see. We should see that time tick down. It's a little over 5 minutes. But we're accelerating, you know, we're already 30, almost 40 miles an hour, knots faster. Now we're almost 50 knots faster. Yeah, because we can stop relatively quickly in this jet versus a much heavier jet. You know, we're getting low. We're at 2,860 pounds of fuel, so there is a nuclear facility there, so it's pretty cool. But coming up on the shoreline, and whatever that is, someone who lives in the area, I'm sure, could tell me. I could zoom in on the map, but not gonna do so. But that is New Jersey, so we're basically now crossing the river, and we're going from Delaware to New Jersey, and then obviously we'll be coming back into the tippy top of Delaware.
421 Charlie Mike, turn left, heading 200. Descend and maintain 3,000.
Left 200 down to 3,000, 421 Charlie Mike.
United 1928, contact Washington Center on 133.125.
You know, and again, we've got a lot of planes around
United 1928.
because it's just busy airspace, so we're going to hear a lot. I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and just show you what we've got. So this is what we've got around us. This is us. This is them. That's all being injected by Say Intentions, so pretty good AI living world, I'd say.
Washington Center on 133.125.
Over to Washington Center on 133.125 on JetBlue 1269.
And that was the one that we saw right on top.
Contact Philadelphia Tower on 118.5.
So
Switching to Philadelphia Tower on 118.5. Yeah, American 1662.
they were calling the right planes as I was flying, so that was one of the things I said I was going to share with you. So that was actually occurring, and so yeah, they do a good job, and that's really... But the difference with the living world with Say Intentions is they are not only calling ATC, they're controlling the aircraft, and the ATC will adjust based on whatever the aircraft are doing. So it's supposed to be pretty good. Okay, well that was a call to us. I can see it.
Left heading 040, Walker
Okay.
4021.
So not quite sure why it was doing what it was doing. But yeah, if we get over here, that's kind of taking us in a little bit sharper than ood at this point, so we're no longer, I don't know, maybe we're heading for it.
Walker 4021, 9 miles from the approach turn.
I guess.
Turn left, heading 330, descend and maintain 3,000 until established. Cleared for the visual runway 27 approach.
Left heading 330. Descend and maintain 3000 until established. Cleared for the visual runway 27 approach. Walker, 4021.
This is a pretty sharp turn, so I'm guessing we're skipping K-Ho and all that. So yeah, I am gonna start getting configured to land because this is gonna happen quickly. We're only 13 miles away.
Runway 27 right. American 1219, American
So,
1219,
I'm gonna
roger.
put the gear down. That will help also with slowing down. And then we're going to,
Philadelphia approach, Delta 8943, 16,000.
Delta 8943, radar contact.
whoops. We're gonna, well, never mind, we'll do heading. And, I guess we'll go from there. So I don't know where it's gonna take us. But yeah, I think we're going to Gust. Is where we're actually headed. But we will continue heading this way, as we said, until established. But yeah, we're 11 miles out.
American 1342, slow to 180 knots, traffic ahead on approach. 180, American 1342.
So let's see if we can do this. 'Cause yeah, it should give us the glide path. So it's going to bring it in and then it's going to bring it back is what will happen. So we are aggressively turning, but you can see we're just trying to get established on there. Oh, lovely. And now I'm sure it'll come back toward 330.
Walker 4021, contact Wilmington Tower on 126.0.
Switching to Wilmington Tower on 126.0, Walker 4021.
Right, so now we're at 300, and again, we're going to keep turning. Right, we're on the glide path, in theory.
Wilmington Tower, Walker. 4021, evening. We're established on the visual approach for runway 27.
Walker 4021, Wilmington
This is,
Tower.
we're
wind
barely going to
190
turn in
10.
here. I don't
Runway
like
27
this.
cleared to land.
Holy moly. I'm not sure I like what
Runway
we're doing
27,
here, but...
Cleared to land, Walker 4021.
Because I think at best, we're going to be like 5 miles away when we hit this. Like, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, it's on the glide path right now, so... But we're 1.5 miles from Gust. And again, as slow as we're going, it's keeping it pretty tight. But we're 2,000 feet. And the airport is on the other side. So we'll kind of get ourselves back. But yeah, we're pushing the envelope, that's for sure. I'm gonna back this off a bit. Alright, where is the runway? I'm not seeing any lights. I don't like this. Wow. No, it's an MVFR, so yeah, it's getting a little foggy, is what's going on. But yeah, we're 1,400 feet. We're 4.5 miles out. I mean, we're on a glide path, so that's a good thing. I'm going to turn off the auto throttle because at this point, I just don't think that's what we want. Where is the runway? I am literally not seeing this thing. Wow, I think it's finally coming into view. That is nuts. So this is a bit more, bit more than I was expecting. Just make sure our wheels are down. They are. I don't want any surprises because, yeah, we're gonna speed up a little bit here because I do not want to stall out, obviously.
Diamond 371 Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 31, awaiting further instructions.
Holding short of runway 31, Diamond 371 Bravo Charlie.
Papa Charlie, contact departure.
Now, we are... Alright, so we'll take it over here.
Papa Charlie, good day.
And we will try to bring this thing in. So hopefully 100.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, put the nose down. Come on. Whew. It was a bit rough, but that was a landing I was not expecting. Tell you that. So, but again, winds were 10 miles an hour at 190, so they were kind of a crosswind. Like I said, I don't know that this was the runway to land on, but obviously that's what it gave us. Anyway, let's get this all configured up.
Walker 4021, welcome to Wilmington. Contact ground on 121.7.
Alright, is she gonna do anything, or is she wait until we're across the hold line? Yeah, I don't know where it's gonna take us, so... Right.
Wilmington ground.
Thank you.
Walker 4021, evening. We're clear of runway 27 and ready to taxi to the gate.
Alright, well we can see
Walker
where it's sending us.
Wilmington ground. Taxi to terminal via Kilo 4, Kilo, cross runway 19er, then Bravo, cross runway 27, then Charlie. Good day.
Oh my goodness. Well, clearly I went the wrong way.
Kilo 4, Kilo, cross 19, Bravo, cross 27 Charlie. Walker 4021.
So I'm not sure where it's taken us, but we'll see. We'll go along for the ride. Always makes it a little bit fun in these airports. Obviously, that's how we kind of get to see where we're at. A little bit of flutter there on the graphics. Right, so here's 19. And then we go to Bravo, which might be like turn right there, so I'll have to kind of pay attention. Maybe not. Okay, no we do. Alright. That was a bit rough, but okay. It's not really lined up, but neither are the graphics. You can see I've got like a marker right in the middle of the things, so I'm assuming this should all be moved over a bit in reality. So again, a bad model, but that's why, again, we don't do certain things that are collisions, because otherwise, yes, we'd have all this, we'd be running into those things, and our flight would be over, and we'd have lost 6 hours of time, which would be horrendous. But yes, I appear here with landing monitor to have landed at 324.
Alpha, proceed to holding point Charlie via taxiway Bravo.
And see, now it's like...
Proceeding to holding point Charlie via Bravo Hawker 511 Hotel Alpha.
So clearly not the way we think we're going, but I'm assuming this is Charlie at this point.
And this is Bonanza 866 Yankee, just off of runway 27, requesting taxi to FBO.
Alright, well I see the arrows
Bonanza
next to
866 Yankee,
me.
Wilmington ground. Alright, you're good to taxi to the FBO via Mike and then
Alright.
Kilo. Have a good one.
No. Alright, looks like I go in here. Alright, so we got some Avello on the ground again. Well, if it's not here, this is where I'm going. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is what it meant, but it seemed to be done. So I don't see a whole lot. No, there they are. So it did come back, which is really, really interesting. And again, not a great model. Is it just taking me to the fuel pump? That seems to be like the popular place. But, so sure. We'll call it here. We'll park. And we will take a quick look around the airport. Oh, good. Right in the middle of cars. Yeah, this model is not great, but again, I don't know how good of an airport this really is. I mean, this is probably pretty small. It's on the corner of non-busy and dead. And, you know, so it is what it is. It said it was 4 hours, 49 minutes of flight time. But at this point, spooling down. So I'm going to hop over and go back to my tour. Once again, just checking. Yep, we got credit. And compared to the 2,177 nautical miles we did have, our next flight's under 500. It's 494. So we're going to be heading out to Indy next weekend. So should be able to get everything done. This was the one I was worried about because, again, later in the week we're heading out. I'm not there all weekend, so like if I fell behind and I couldn't get this done, it really would have been a problem. But we have now made the biggest cross-country journey we're going to have to make for a long time. I think we've got 13 weeks here where we've just got things that are pretty mellow. If I look at this, I'm just trying to see. So we do have one that goes over 1,000 for leg 32, because we're going from Concord, or no, we're going from Charles Wheeler to Concord Paget, which I think is up. Oh no, that's in the center of the United States there somewhere, so Missouri, or I don't know. We've been there before. I don't remember which airport that's for. Might be Kansas or something. So that may be where we're heading, and then we've got to go from there to
Taxiing to holding point Tango 2 via Hotel Embraer 225.
at some point then we have to go to Vegas, and so that ends up being the long one. So actually Concord Paget, I think, yeah, takes me back to North Carolina. So Charles Wheeler, I think, is Kansas City. So that's the one where we fly 1,000 miles, then we just go 700, and then we have again a couple long ones out and back, almost 1,700, and then just under 1,500 to come back. And then I think we'll end and then our last flight is back out to Phoenix Goodyear, with a we'll have a short one in between there. But basically, yeah, we're really not doing anything super long for another 12 legs. I mean, that's when we have the 1,600. 1,000 is long, but it's not hideously long. We'll get that done in 2.5 hours or something, so that won't be too bad. But definitely, a lot of moving around the country. But for now, even if we get rid of that one, we've got 10 legs. We've got 10 weeks where 9 to 10 weeks where things aren't too bad, and just really kind of hang around here in the eastern portion of the U.S. So that's what we've got, and hope you've enjoyed it. If you have and haven't dropped a like or subscribed, please consider those things, and I will see you next time.